You've seen the bright lights, heard the happy talk, and experienced the magic of Dollywood, but few people ever get a glimpse of the darker story that lurks beneath the fun for the whole family. Wait until the very end because I'm going to go over everything, even controversies that Dolly Parton's theme park would rather you forget, and behind-the-scenes challenges. Are you prepared to jump right in? Come on. In Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Dollywood debuted in 1986 with the slogans, Southern hospitality and family fun. With its roller coasters, music venues, and Southern cuisine, it swiftly became one of the most popular amusement parks in America. Employees had to deal with a completely different reality while tourists sampled funnel cakes and interacted with well-known Dollywood characters. Former employees have complained about unexpected shifts, forced overtime at busy times, and inconsistent scheduling that left them rushing to find daycare or second jobs in order to make ends meet. During a summer rush, one worker, who wished to stay nameless, informed local reporters that she was assigned to 13 consecutive 12-hour days with only 6 hours off in between. According to her no official citation available, it felt like Dollywood owned my life, not just my work hours. In the meantime, many in the Great Smoky Mountains area have blamed Dollywood for causing the traffic jams and exorbitant house prices in Pigeon Forge. Real estate values in the area rose in tandem with the park's popularity, driving out many longtime residents who found their mortgages unexpectedly rising. Nearly 40% of locals reported feeling forced out by the rising taxes and soaring housing values in a 2023 community survey. Critics contend that the park's economic impact has put a burden on working-class families who are unable to keep up with the region's burgeoning tourism industry. Despite Dollywood's generous donations to local charities, let's discuss the effects on the environment. Over 150 acres of formerly forested terrain make up Dollywood, which is tucked away in the foothills of the Smokies. Developers removed hundreds of old trees to create space for new attractions during expansions. Environmental organizations note out that extensive tree clearance damages wildlife habitats and increases runoff into nearby waterways, despite Dollywood's claims to adhere to state regulations for sustainable land use. When silt from new construction sites entered neighboring waterways in 2021, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation issued a notice, raising worries about the quality of the water for downstream residents and wildlife. These instances of ecological strain conflict with the park's reputation as an environmental ally, which is frequently marketed in glitzy brochures. Another neglected aspect of Dollywood's past is safety. Numerous ride-related events, ranging from minor injuries to near misses, have occurred within the past 10 years. Everyone on board was terrified when a carriage on a roller coaster stalled in the middle of its loop in 2018 due to a mistake, leaving passengers hanging until workers could manually restart the ride. A complaint alleging insufficient maintenance checks was sparked by the occurrence. However, the park settled the issues out of court without acknowledging any wrongdoing. Pigeon Forge Daily News, 2018. Then, in early 2024, a lightning storm caused a park-wide blackout, leaving hundreds of people stranded on rides at once. This caused widespread panic and resulted in a number of tense interactions with emergency personnel. Even though there were no fatalities, it is still unclear if Dollywood was adequately equipped to handle severe weather or if they took a chance on visitor safety in order to keep business open. For a long time, labor relations have been problematic. Dollywood workers tried to form a union in 2019 due to unreliable tips and stagnant pay. In response, management sent out a note imploring employees to think again and stressing the company's culture of respect and competitive benefits. Within weeks, organizers documented a pattern of covert retaliation, including abrupt reassignments to less convenient shifts and fewer hours for vocal supporters. Many employees informed local reporters that the intimidation methods effectively hampered union efforts, despite the fact that no charges of unfair labor practices were filed. Knoxville Reporters Sentinel, 2019. Although Dollywood now provides health insurance and some tuition help, some contend that the benefits are insufficient to cover a livable income in an area where housing expenses are always rising. The issue of cultural authenticity comes next. With bluegrass musicians playing porch swing songs and artisans showcasing traditional woodworking techniques, Dollywood actively promotes its Appalachian heritage. However, some local craftspeople and Appalachian historians contend that the park sanitizes and commercializes these customs for visitors, constructing an image of storybook mountains a la Disney. Fourth-generation Appalachian musicians demonstrated on park property in 2022, claiming that Dollywood's carefully chosen exhibits undermined independent craftspeople whose creations didn't fit the park's branding guidelines and diminished authentic history. Critics claim the park benefits from a fake representation of mountain culture that few residents acknowledge as real, even as visitors applaud staged homesteads. Tell me in the comments what surprised you the most, whether it was the employee stories, the environmental problems, or the cultural disputes. If Dollywood's dark corners open your eyes, remember to hit the bell and subscribe so you don't miss another in-depth look into the tales behind the smiles. Until we meet again, keep in mind that even in the country of Dolly Parton, there are thorns in every rose.